All right, folks. Captain Paul here. Pete, you haven't seen Pete in a while. What's up, Kiko?
Not much, just working a lot.
Yeah, anyway, it's the heat of the summer. You guys can see I have my band on here, and the reason I have my band on today is because I had to go get my regular checkup, right, Chief? I'm a pretty maintenance guy, even with my boats and with myself. I do my colon checkup, where I had a scope. I did the front and the back. I do both, front and back.
Nice.
The top is where I had all my problems, Chief.
Yeah.
I had some bleeding ulcers that I didn't know about because I really don't have. I haven't been bothered with that stuff since I've been going to the gym, but they came up with some, so I have to go back in I go 3 weeks to see if any of the polyps are cancerous, and then a month I got to go. I got to do a pill for 3 months, and then I got to get another scope down the front of me.
Nice. And just before we came on, just started this, I had it all done. So
yeah,
I still got another year or two
years
before, before
Yeah.
I have to go back again. But I had some major problems too. So
Hey guys, also I want you guys, let's start hitting that subscribe button if you haven't subscribed to the channel. It's just a couple of dumb twins that got lucky, and we own a boat out here in the Florida Keys. It's a 50-foot trawler that we lived on. We've been on it now, Chief, since 2022? I've been on it since 21. I think Pete came aboard the end of 22.
well, I've been on it off and on since the beginning.
Since the beginning.
I was the first one on.
Yeah, he was. He's the one who picked the boat up.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can find an old picture of that. That's you in the yard there getting it all ready to come meet me.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm Captain Paul. This is my twin brother Pete, and we live aboard out here in the Florida Keys. We've done America's Great Loop, and I've done it twice actually, and we did the Bahamas last year. We left Gulf Shores, Alabama, in January 15th of last year, 2023. And then we ended up here in the Florida Keys April of that same year.
Yeah.
And we've been here ever since.
Yep.
I'm a captain over at Little Palm, and Pete does building maintenance for a couple people, 2 or 3 different properties. Anyway, today I want to get back into the boating market, talk about what's selling and what's not. Last week I told you guys I wanted to do it a little bit because we've had some boats close. So, and no surprise, the Ranger 27 finally closed. The money actually cleared the account. It's actually closed. So I can officially say the 27 sold. Asking price was a 2021 Ranger 27. Asking price was $189, and it sold for $179. So about a $10,000 discount after the survey was done on it. I think they came back at I can't remember the exact offer. I think it was like 182 or something like that. After the survey, they wanted another few $1,000 discount. And in this market, this is what I advised Bob to do, was go ahead and just give him the other $1,000 and just take the money and run. What do you think, Chief?
Yeah.
This is smart.
It's getting a little,
Yeah, the money has it. I don't want to say it's tightened up because I've been talking to William too, and he's looked at a couple Sea Rays. Big problem with the market, it's the same problem. It really hasn't changed any.
Low quality, and trying to find the boat that's not trashed.
Trashed. And I'm talking with William on this whole thing too, because he's looked at several. He did a couple surveys now, and he's getting very frustrated. You can just tell in the contents of his text. And for me, it's like, to be the reality of it is, walk in the engine room. If you go look at any boat that you're looking at, I don't care what the price is, just forget about the price. Walk into the engine room.
Yeah.
If you see newer hoses and not rusty hose clamps, painted engines, and not just some rattle can sprayed engine, you can tell the difference between a quality engine room and one that's a working.
And if you smell diesel fuel,
diesel fuel, if you walk in the engine room and you smell diesel fuel and you see rust everywhere, I don't care what the boat looks on the outside.
Get out.
Yeah, you don't even have to survey it. I can already tell you how it's going to end for you. And it's very, very frustrating because it costs thousands of dollars to do these surveys, and get all this information that you need. But the only real information you need, just walk in the engine room. It's the biggest thing I can tell you. Then after that, you want a couple of clues. Check while you're out there looking at the boat, check the running lights. Does all the running lights work? Does it have fire extinguishers on it? Because these are things that pull the fuel cap off. Remember Luke Princess? My God, it took me just to get the I think it was the black water tank.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Yeah, which one it was, but one of them I could not. I had to make a special tool.
Yeah.
And it took me days of working to get it just hadn't been used in so long. It just sealed itself together.
Yeah.
And I couldn't get the lid off of it.
Yeah.
So it's another telltale sign when you guys are looking at boats. Just the simple basics, man. Does all the fuel caps, waste cap, water caps, do they all work? What's my engine room look like? Does all the running lights work? What's the safety equipment on it? When you walk in there, are the fire extinguishers tagged and up to date? These are all it's just basic. That's just basic stuff. If you see stuff like that, that's a good sign. That's a sign of a boat that you might want to consider putting a survey on. If it doesn't have all that up front, I mean, I'm just going to use the example. I think it was a 2002 Sea Ray, 45. William was looking at, and he sent me the listing on it, and all I had to do was look at the engine room, and that's why I lost my interest. The boat was looked pretty decent, okay, but once I saw the pictures down in the engine room, it just totally lost me. I was like, I wouldn't even waste the money on a survey or anything because I can already tell how this is going to end. But he did. He paid an engine surveyor. He paid a surveyor. Spent thousands of dollars, surveying the boat. And in the end, the owner, well, I'm going to hold on to my boat there, Chief, because I think it's worth so much money. And it's really, these boats are all about love affairs. I'm right, Chief?
Yeah, a lot of it.
Yeah, and so...
Both ways, too.
Yeah, both ways. The new owner coming in has to love the boat more than the old owner going out. And this particular guy, he's, well, I can't sell it for that. Well, let's see. The boat needs $50,000 worth of repairs. You're not going to make these repairs, and you're selling it for $25,000, $30,000 over buck value. So who eats this $50,000? Well, I can't eat it. Well, then keep your boat. I don't love it that much, and I think that's a William. He saw, what I'm saying, how much money it was going to cost him. So he just said, I can't. But on the other side of the token, when I was talking to William, it was like, brother, here's the deal. The good stuff sells very, very quickly within the first. If you see a boat that's listed over 90 days, it's overpriced or it's, it's location is a factor.
Yep.
There's a lot of factors to it, but when you start seeing a boat that's been sitting on the market for 90 days, first thing you're gonna ask: has the boat been surveyed before? If it's been surveyed before and it didn't sell, there's a pretty good reason for that. You can already that's a huge red flag right there.
Yep.
And so, those are just telltale signs of stuff you can watch for. But the biggest thing for me is if you guys are out there looking at boats, you don't have to go any further. Just say, hey, open the engine hatches. I want to see the engine hatches. If I'm looking at a rust bucket full of rusty parts and the green mildew everywhere and all the the engine room smells, I see oil and wires and shit everywhere, that's a bad sign.
Yeah.
It's just that's a sign for me just to walk off the boat and say, hey, thanks, have a nice day. It was nice meeting you.
And some people want a project boat if that's what you want.
Right, but my whole point, Chief, is if you're going to pay $180,000 for a boat, I don't give a shit. It should have a nice engine room. The engine room should
Once you get up to that price, yeah.
Yeah, when you start getting past that $100,000, when we're looking at boats that need that kind of work, you've got to get them under that $50,000. I mean, you just have to. It's hard even in this market. At that $150,000 to $200,000 range, that's a different level of a range. You know what I'm saying? Like when you look at Southern Estate, let's just use Southern Estate as an example. The check that I wrote to you for the boat was right? Let's just call it $50,000, right? Mm-hmm. And so, but since even that $50,000, there's been 3 refits on it. Mm-hmm. All of them costing well over $20,000.
Yeah.
So I mean, we're into this boat now, getting close to $100,000.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, I mean, realistically, this boat's about a $75,000 boat. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
Something like that. Even though it has a buck value of 90, I think it is 94, 95, 96,000, somewhere right around there. I think it was the last survey this last couple months ago came back at like $96,000, but there's still work that needs to be done on the boat. You know what I'm saying? It needs the hull paint, it needs it needs paint work is what it needs.
Yeah.
And it needs another $25,000 worth of work. So who pays that? You know, it's all a love affair, right? It's, you know, it's about all these boats are love affairs. It's who loves the boat more. Does the old owner love the boat more, or does the new guy coming in love the boat more? And that's it really does come down to that. Yeah. And so when you're looking at these boats, you know, you got to look at it like that. And we do buy, a lot of people buy with emotion and stuff like that. And when you start buying the stuff with emotion and not practicality, you can get hurt real fast, real quick. I've seen it so many times, even with William. You know, looking at these sea rays, it's a brutal market, man. It is. You can get yourself hurt really, really fast, or you can get a really good deal really fast too. But it doesn't seem like it goes either way. You know what I'm saying? It does, because like the boat that the main ship that I sold at the beginning of the year there. That was just a quality deal. I mean, you had new air conditioner, new refrigerator, new electronics, you know what I'm saying? That boat was dialed in, and, you know, new exhaust hose, just everything on the boat was new. You basically bought a 2004, 2024 boat, basically, except the engine. It had less than 1,000 hours on the engine. Yeah. Those are very, very rare, very, very hard to find, but they're out there. They do it. And that boat, easily, every main ship, 400 main ship out there was in the 240 range, and that boat, with 220, we sold it. He just asked 220 for it, and that's what we got for it. 215, I think, is the final, because he gave him a little allowance to get the bottom done on it. But so I mean, the deals are out there. You just got to really, really look, and you know, find somebody that understands and appreciates what they have, and you know, and I think they get hyped up, these brokers, you know, these brokers get them and tell them, hey, we're going to sell this boat for all this money and blah, 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 and this is what I sold the last one for, and it just doesn't work. You know, some of it's like what I call corporate greed or something like that. Some of it gets involved in stuff like that. But anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. The 29 Ranger it's kind of a work in progress. I think it will sell. We just got to get it, you know, the owner, Chief, that boat just keeps dragging on, doesn't it? Yeah. So it's a nightmare, but I think the owner is...
They get a brand new boat out of it.
Yeah. He just keeps replacing everything in it, and so we'll see what happens on that one. I put him in contact with a buyer the other day, and I just, I'm not in the middle of it anymore, because there's a little bit of insurance stuff going on with it, so I think he's dealing with that. But I said, why did you list the boat again? You know what I'm saying? That was my whole question. But anyway, different topic for another day. The market is soft. I think it is more of a buyer's market now. I think we've made that transition from it used to be a seller's market. I think now it is a buyer's market. A buyer can demand more, or just walk away from the boat. There's a lot of them on the market right now, and
I've noticed there's a lot too.
Yeah, and the inventory just seems like it gets deeper and deeper every day, and these are just perfectly normal trends. We're going through an election year here. Nobody's, everyone wants to see this election come through, and then see what happens after the election type thing. But we'll see. I don't think, the good boats, like I always say, is the good boats will sell, and the bad ones will just sit there for, until that love affair is reached with it. So we'll see.
I just want to say one thing too, and I'm gonna tell you right now, just from the experience that I've had lately with all this stuff, because I'm behind the scenes a lot with Paul. One of these things, if it doesn't take long for them to go downhill. Basically, that's why when you're looking on there, you just gotta, make sure that
Even the 29 Ranger, I looked at the pictures from 3 months ago. I had the boat complete, $3,000 detail job on it. It looked amazing, and now you look at it and you're just like, oh my God, what happened to it? Yeah. It's just, that's 3 months of just sitting in the Florida sun without a bath or anything. It's just, it just ate that whole wax job up. It needs to be done again. Yeah.
For another $3,000.
Yeah, who pays that? So it's $1,000 a month just to keep the wax on the hull of that boat. Yeah. So anyway, I did find a guy to do it for $600. So I think,
nice.
yeah, I think I might call that guy actually when Scott's ready to actually sell the boat. But we'll see what's going on with the main ship too. I have had a little bit of action on, not too much. And then the Blue Max, that's an interesting boat. I got a guy coming in about 2 weeks to look at that boat.
Yeah.
Like you can see the video, man. Just anybody goes to see the Blue Max video, it got a lot of hits. It's just probably one of the coolest boats out there.
Yeah.
And then,
he's done so much work too.
Oh
It's
yeah,
getting
it's
even,
just
but
it's sickening. And then some of the comments I've gotten this week were, like, but I don't want to talk to people, when they make those just the stupid comments anymore. It's like that's so when a guy says, like, oh, isn't that expensive for a boat? Or we had a comment the other day saying, you guys live like Rockefeller. Dude, we don't live like Rockefellers, trust me. But if you're going to be in the boating market, you can't be out here for free. You know what I'm saying? There's that day of having a boat, owning a boat, and having $2,000 income. That's gone. That's over. Trust me. It's a very, very. Just our slip rent here is almost $2,000 a month. So it's just the reality of it. And having a guy come out here and work on the boats, $100-200 an hour, and I can do 90% of the stuff, but we still pay people to do stuff on the boat once in a while.
Yeah.
The guy had to do my fire extinguishers this year. With that, just that bill was $400. Like I said, the bottom job on this, just this bottom job this month was $400 because I had $200 to the diver, $100 for parts, and then I had to buy with the zincs. The zincs were $100. So just a regular dive job that usually it cost me $150 a month. This month it was $300 because of the zincs were a little over $100, and then I gave him $200, so it was $300, like $320. So and that's just to have my bottom cleaned this month. So anyway, and we are not Rockefellers, but we do come out here. We do enjoy the life. It is a different life. And I'll keep reporting on our air conditioner here. I hope you guys enjoyed that solar thing too the other day when we did the video.
Yeah, we got 10 hours.
Yeah, that was awesome.
So now we know we can take the boat out for 10 hours. Probably more because then we're getting the juice off
that
alternators.
wasn't using the DC charger, which the engine charges the battery.
So
I'd probably go unlimited then.
Yeah.
But anyway, this new air conditioner, this window air,
Unbelievable.
yeah, like when you walk in here, the crisp coolness.
You can feel the coolness. That never, even with the marine air, any of it, it's always fighting, or you just.
Yeah, especially in this kind of heat. We're already at 90. We're already at 95-degree days.
Yeah, it's 87 out right now.
And the
when
days
you
are hot.
Walk in, you can feel that cool, crisp air. So I really like it a lot.
Yeah, it was probably one of the coolest things.
Yeah.
Get it? Little punt there. The coolest things we've ever done.
Yeah.
Anyway,
it works the best of everything.
Anyway, guys, just a quick little video here just to say hi. My name is Captain Paul.
I'm Pete.
And we want you guys to hit that subscribe button. And you guys got any questions, any help with anything, you can just call us. If sometimes behind the scenes you guys don't see this, but like Pete said, he's out there just as much as I am. He's behind. Like I can't do it all. I really can't. So he's. There's times that we go to lunch. We've had lunches where I can't even go
to lunch. Yeah, and I go meet the people.
Pete has to go meet the people, or Pete. One of us is usually always at the boat. So if we're doing meet and greet in the afternoons, you meet Pete. In the mornings, you meet me. Yeah. So anyway, peace out. Thank you so much for watching. We do appreciate it. Thank you guys. We do appreciate it. Bye.